Hello, everybody. Let us know where you're tuning in from, and happy Monday. Good to see everybody. Big waves to you. Big waves. Good to see you. Well, Andrea, we have a birthday lady. Is she on? Is Sharon on this morning? Well, all right.
She decided
Sharon
to
Hoot.
sleep in for her birthday, and we are
Okay. All right. Well, Sharon Hoot, happy birthday. We hope you have the most amazing day ever. So, the word for today, we're gonna have a good week this week. We're on D's, okay? Just so everybody's following us here, okay? That we're on the letter D's for our words. And the word's dream. Dream. A series of thoughts, images, or emotions. And I came across John Barrymore that once said this, and I want like really try to let it sink into yourself, okay? It's never too late to focus on your dreams. A person is not old until regret takes the place of dreams. And that hit me hard. I'll tell you, I'm going to say it again because I think it's worth saying. I think we would all, like, if we were coaching people and talking to people, would be like, hey, guys, it's never too late to focus on dreams and having new goals, new obstacles, new dreams. That's what makes us be alive. I mean, that's the human spirit in us. But when it says a person is not old until regret takes the place of dreams, I really started thinking about myself, and I'm like, what do I focus on? What does that little person that is talking to me in my head when no one else is around, what is that person focused on? Is it focused on regret? Man, this didn't go the way it should have. Is it focused on negativity, doubt, like the past? It's raining today. Or is it focusing on the dreams, the possibilities, the energy around the unknown? Like, what am I focused on? And that really hit me because I can say there's days that I go through, I think about regret. Man, I should have done this to this property, or man, I should have made these calls yesterday, or man, I should have, we can regret ourselves to death. And I think what ends up happening is so many people out there, they start settling instead of continuing to dream. And when I say settling, like, well, Jim Romine, it's just the way it's going to be, buddy. Here we are, and this is just the cards that's been dealt, right? Versus continuing to dream, continuing to live, continuing to thrive. So where I look, and I literally drew a stick person, and I'm like, arrows pointing out to both sides. And it really, I was thinking of a front and back. Where am I focused? Am I focused on regret? Am I focused most of my day on settling? Like, this is just the way it's going to be. Or am I focused on dreams and possibilities? And so I went right to it and said, how do I keep that dream alive? Because, man, the world will beat you down. People will beat you down. So how do I keep the dream alive? Well, for me to realize that there's always going to be more opportunity. Man, this didn't happen. There's going to be endless opportunities out there if I'm looking for them. The other one is be patient. How do I keep dreams alive? Be patient. A lot of I do real estate on the side. It's kind of like a hobby of mine. And I always get impatient when we're closing out a deal, right? And so actually this Wednesday, I got a deal closed. It's like, it's you can get really impatient. Just be patient. It's what it was telling me today. Just be patient. That's actually my word for the year. And look for the opportunities. And then I came across ways to keep your dreams alive. Experiment, experiment, experiment. Like do, observe, make a change. Do, observe, like make a move, make a change. Like that's really what we're always doing is experimenting, experimenting, experimenting. I've experimented in investments before. I've learned. I've had to go change. I've experienced real estate. I've experienced network marketing. I've experienced coaching football. And I just think about myself, my own experiences. But what you think about you, like if you're thriving and you're dreaming, you're really a person that is just experimenting, experimenting, experimenting all the time. And that's what makes it's what makes life so fun. To get my feet on the floor every morning and go after things. So, Andrew, I'll turn it to you. I like the word dream today.
Well, you did a great job, Coach. So thank you for that. And the quote that I found that I thought was very dreamy was, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." And I don't know if I'm the only one that can feel guilty of this sometimes, but to have like this, beginning thought, this beginning, where we like the seed of a dream in my mind, and I will completely swipe it away. That's for other people. That's for people like Dr. Bob. That's for people like Ephraim Marie. That's for people like Sandy McFarland. That's not for people like me. But, we hear on the flip side so many times that if God gives us a dream, well, it's supposed to be ours. Like we didn't fall into it by accident. That was placed in our heart. So if we have a dream, be it a big dream, be it a little dream, if you have a dream that you allow yourself to feel, well, the next step is to work to bring it into reality. And so the first thing that we have to do, so how do we do that? How do we bring a dream to reality, especially if we're one of those people that tends to push it aside or say, maybe I can be very guilty of this, I'm too busy for that, or that's for other people that are better than I am in some way. How do we make the dream reality that is in our heart? So first of all, we've got to define it and realize that there's no right and wrong. The point is just to get clear on what is it that we truly want. Like I might tell you a lot that I want cows, right? Like my dream is to have cows, but really I want a pet cow. I don't want a cattle farm. I don't want to harvest them. I want to hug them. So maybe, yes.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I think cows are like grandkids for you. Like you want a cow to pet and hug, but then let someone else tend to,
Yes.
like so that they don't get on your nerves at that point. I'm just saying. I mean, I think it's more like a grandkid, like spoil it, leave it. Somebody else has got to tend to it.
That sounds perfect. And my grandchildren are going to be perfect, so they'll never get on my nerves, I'm sure. And my cows would be perfect too. But I really picture it. I'm like, you know what I want? I want acreage. And I want all these cows and I want them to run around. But I'll tell you what I don't want. I don't want to pick up the poop. And I sure as heck am not slaughtering anybody. Like I would drop dead before I could handle that. And like none of that's part of my dream. So I have to realize, what is it that I really want? Well, I want pet cows that are there to like snuggle, and that's really it. And that's okay. But once you're clear, write it down. And try to be as succinct as possible. How precise can you be when you're defining your dream? I'm giggling over this cow thing over here. Anyway, I do want a cow, I really do. But like, be as specific as you can be as you're defining it. And with that, step two is to figure out what you need to do to make it happen. So once we've defined it and we've pared it down and we know what it is, we'll figure out what we can do to make it. And maybe it's, if my dream was to be a billionaire, well, okay, figure out what steps I have control over, because there's only so much we can do, but there's a lot in our circle of influence. So if you can know what you want and you figure out how you can get it, take those steps. So maybe that would be to start a side hustle if you want to know how, or perhaps it's to learn how to invest wisely, or how to generate multiple streams of income. I don't know, because that isn't part of where I'm focusing right now. So figure out what the steps are and have about 3 to 5 items on your list that you can start putting into action to make it come to reality right now. Step 3 is to believe in yourself. All of these dreams will just hang out inside of us. They'll never go anywhere if we don't have the backbone of confidence to drive us forward. So how do we believe in ourselves? I'm going to lean on what I say all the time: do something hard. I don't care what it is. Find something that is hard for you. And it could be maybe reading every single day is something that you struggle with. Maybe for me, lift something heavy, but find a way to get into the gym and lift something heavy. And heavy to me might be 10 pounds. Heavy to you might be 200. But let's challenge yourself in some way, either physically, mentally, doesn't matter. But when you challenge yourself and you overcome that challenge, watch how your confidence goes through the roof, your belief in yourself. I think of Ashley Paulson. She just rocked the 75 hard, and she rocked it. Like absolutely rocked it. And I'll bet you, I don't know, we haven't talked about it, but I'm going to bet you that her confidence is at an all-time high. And now would be a great time for her to start putting some of those dreams into action. And then step 4, last step, is to just start. Sounds a little bit easier than it actually can be, but just take that first step, whatever it may be, because that dream will forever stay inside of you if you don't take that first simple action. It could be a little tiny one, maybe draw a picture of a cow, but whatever that small action is, do it today, do it right now so that you can move forward. So that was my dream today. Everybody, I need a cow.
Hey, great lesson. Great lesson. Yes. Well, listen, we want everybody to have a happy Monday out there. Sharon Who, happy birthday to you guys. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you back tomorrow. See you
Happy
guys.
Monday.
Thank you. Have a great week.
Love you guys.
Thank you. Great message.
Get your cow on.
Take care. Bye.
Hey, God bless.